One problem that Genshin Impact has as of right now is the resin system. Now I know they've been changing it over time, which they haven't been really doing a very good job at. Like, yes, they did increase the limit from 160 to 200 this year, but that is still not a good change in my opinion. The reason I say this is not a good change because if you compare it to other games like Wuthering Waves, Zenless Zone Zero, and Honkai Star Rail, their resin limits all at 240, which I think is a pretty reasonable amount. And I think the fact that Genshin has been out for 4 years now and they're just now changing it to 200 is honestly crazy to me. The first step that they need to do in order to fix the resin system is by changing it to at least 240. If they can change to at least 240 this year, I'll be fine. And another thing they need to add is a stored resin system. If they were to add a stored resin system, this would benefit the game greatly. Not only would this benefit new players, but it would also benefit returning players in case they haven't played the game in a while and they want to come back to just build a new character or build a returning character that they haven't gotten yet. Since Genshin is also a very grind heavy game and it does take a lot of dedication, this would also save a lot of people's time for character materials, talent materials, weapon materials, artifacts. It would overall just benefit a lot of people and just save their time if there was a stored resin system. So when they do run out of the 200 resin, they could just use their stored resin and keep going to build their characters. Now, although it's been 4 years and Genshin still doesn't have this, is honestly insane to me because if you compare it to other gacha games, they acted pretty quick on this. Like if you take Honkai Star for example, when the game launched, it only had a 180 Trailblaze Field, which wasn't very good. But then 4 months later, they released version 1.3, and when they did, not only did they change the Trailblaze fuel limit to 240, they added a stored Trailblaze fuel system, which was honestly pretty good. And the fact that it only took them 4 months is pretty good in my opinion. And that benefited the game greatly because it made character building a lot more efficient instead of just having to wait days just to build characters. The cap on the Trailblaze fuel as well is definitely amazing as well. It caps at 2,400, and that is definitely saved me a lot of time, and I know for sure that has also saved tons of people a lot of time as well with character building. So I think the fact that it caps at 2,400 with the storage always feel is absolutely amazing, and I think gacha games should strive to be like that. Now, if we look at Zenless Zone Zero, the most recent Hoyoverse game, it launched with 204 battery. Now, I am good with that. Launching with 240 energy battery, whatever you guys want to call it, is amazing. I think every gacha game should be like that. But sadly, it didn't launch with a stored battery system. But with the most recent update, version 1.2, they finally added a stored battery system. And just like Honkai Star Rail, it caps at 2,400, which is absolutely amazing. And Zenless Zone Zero caught on fast with it too, releasing only 2 months after the game's release date with the most recent update, which came out only a couple days ago as of the recording of this video, which is definitely the fastest I've seen a gacha game add a stored resin system to the game, with only maybe Wuthering Waves coming next, which is somewhat close, but that's it. And speaking of Wuthering Waves, they have also added a stored waveplay system, which was much needed as well. The game also did launch with 240 waveplay, which is still pretty good. I don't have a problem with that. It just again didn't launch with a stored waveplay system, which did kill the game for me a little bit. But with the most recent update, which was version 1.2, I'm pretty sure, or version 1.3, whatever, they added a store wayplay system. Now, even though I'm not happy with the cap being only at 480, I am still glad that it is still in the game, so I'll still take that as a win. Kuro Games also did catch on pretty fast with adding it, considering that they added the stored wayplate system only 2.5 months or 3 months after the game was released, which is faster than Star Rail, but not as fast as on the Sun Zero, but I will still take that. That is still a pretty fast response. And I think the fact that Genshin still hasn't added their own stored resin system, even though it has been out for 4 years now, while Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero, and Wuthering Waves have been out for less longer than Genshin, and within only 2 to 4 months of those games being out, they added their own stored resin system. I do feel like this is also going to harm the future of the game soon because I feel like people are not going to feel like it's worth investing this much time just to like get their characters like level 60 or like level 50 or level 70 in Genshin, while like if they were to do this in Honkai Star Rail or Wuthering Waves or Zenless Zone Zero, they could get their characters like level 90 within like a single setting if they put in that much time. The experience would just feel very limiting compared to those three games if you were to try to build characters. So I really do hope that MiHoYo is working on a store presence system for this game. If you guys did make to the end of this video, I would appreciate if you guys would like and subscribe. Also share the video, would help a lot. If you guys also do disagree with my take or agree, if you have something you want to add to it, feel free to put it down in the comments below. And if it does sound like that I'm uninterested in this video, I'm not. I just have a very monotone voice, and this is just how my voice sounds naturally, trust me. But anyway, I will see y'all in the next one.